Alright, 7:45-ish, 7:40-ish. We just pushed off from the dock at Key West Bight Marina, and we are heading up to Marathon today. Sunset Pier, that's where we saw the music. This is where the cruise ships come in. We're a couple hours from Marathon. We're heading north, kind of motor sailing. The wind and the waves are pretty much on our nose, and it's a little rocky and rolly, unfortunately. Pretty spirited, a little wet. We've got the jib out, giving us a few tenths of a knot, a little bit, settling the boat out. But other than that, it's we got a couple hours to get to Marathon. So anyway, we're heading up to Marathon this Friday, and then from there we're gonna jump up to Rodriguez Key again, and then from there we're gonna head on over to Bimini, and hopefully the seas will settle out by then, and we'll have more wind out of the south, I believe, southeast rather than the south right now, or the east right now, and so hopefully we can sail a lot of that, and be a good daytime trip over to Bimini. The last time we went, it was at night, so looking forward to that a little bit. We left Marathon probably about, let me see, I think we weighed anchor about 7:30, and it's 8:55, and we've got basically 15 to 20 knots of wind, 70 degrees true, so it's a little pinched, but not too bad. We're making some good time. We're making 5.5 to 6.5, sometimes close to 7 knots over ground. We got about a knot of current on our nose and a lot of waves, so that's kind of slowing us down a little bit. And we're going up to Rodriguez Key, and then tomorrow we will head over to Bimini in the morning. And it's a beautiful sail, and we got a catamaran out here. We are trying to catch them, working on trimming the sails a little bit, because I don't know, it's amazing. Yeah, working on trimming the sails of the catamaran and just tweaking every little bit of speed out of it. But the sails definitely make it a little more comfortable when you're beating into the waves and stuff. Alright, it's 4:58 Sunday a.m. and we're heading over to Bimini today. We have about perhaps a 12-hour trip, and right now we're struggling, or at least I was anyway, struggling to get our Navionics app to sync with our chartplotter to sync our route, but Shreen is on it, like white on rice. Alright, I'm out here on the deck, and we are headed out of Rodriguez Key. It's about 5:15 a.m. Now I'm out here looking for crab pots and general obstacles that aren't on the charts and on radar. So we're coming up on French Reef, which is a dive spot. It's supposed to be pretty good. but we're looking for the buoys right now. The sun's just about to come up, but it's still kind of hard to see. So definitely need to be up here to look for crab pots and buoys. Outside, offshore, a few miles outside of the reef, and we're cooking with gas now. We got the generator out at the main, and the winds are pretty much out of the south at 14 knots, and we're going 9 knots through the water, 10 knots over ground. We got a little bit of the Gulf Stream pushing us now. It says we will get there in about 6 hours and 15 minutes, plus or minus half hour or hour or so. Beautiful morning. We had a little bit of what's happened putting up the generator again. I don't know. I screwed something up. Might have screwed up my bow line or something, but it came undone. So we had to furl the sail, and then we had to drop the halyard so we can retie it. But in doing so, the sail unfurled a little bit after I tied it, and that caused the continuous line generator reefing system to kind of get tangled up. So it was a big debacle. It's happened a couple times. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. We're about 27 nautical miles from the Bimini entrance, and the winds are bearable. We're kind of moving between 6 and 8.5 knots over ground, depending on the winds do. They shift around a little bit, but it's been a pretty nice sail. Far calmer than the last time we came across, that's for sure, and I certainly like doing it in the middle of the day. A lot of traffic out here, but at least you can see it. It's not too hard to kind of skirt around things. So I'm always amazed by how big the ocean is, and yet there always seems to be an opportunity for two boats to collide in the middle of it. Like, how is that even possible? Actually adjusted to his stern about 5 degrees half an hour ago. Isn't that amazing? We'd be much closer if I hadn't.
But we have 45 minutes. Very exciting. We got to sail most of the way. Turned our motors on maybe half hour ago.
We are 30 minutes outside of the Bimini entrance. Got the pumpers all rigged and the line's ready to go, and it's hot as heck right now. Spent the morning washing the boat down and shrine cleaning the inside. It's amazing how much salt gets everywhere. And now it's about 1:05. It's we're gonna head out and get some conch salad and stop by one of our favorite bars and just have a fun day. Because we're leaving tomorrow, looking at the weather and doing some deliberating around whether or not we should stay a little bit more or head down further south and then head over to Chubb Key. We decided, or we think we decided anyway, that we're going to head over to Great Harbour Cay again, because the weather is going to come through, and if we don't get out of here today, we're going to be stuck in Bimini for looking like at least 4 or 5 days, not a week, and we got to get over to Nassau so we can fly home for Christmas. So it looks like there's another weather pattern shaping up for the following week as well that may deter us from getting down there as well. So, and we don't want to get there too early because there's really nowhere to anchor once you're down there. There's a few places, but they're not great, at least that we found. Eddie and Pat's. We're trying to find the famous coconut bread, and the first bakery we went to was closed, so we went to another one and they said try Nate's. So here we go. We got some friends following us. Oh geez, I think they're just hungry. They're like, feed me. Uh-oh. Cruise ship's like, alright, dogs. She doesn't want anything to do with you. Get the hint. Alright, we're all ready to go. And Shreen went up to check out. I've got all the lines run back to the boat, so we should be able to drop them while on the boat. We don't need anybody on dock to let them go for us. And I'm not sure how other people do it, but this seems to work for us anyway. And then we'll talk about the order in which we're going to do it. Looks like I got a little bit of wind from the beam, portside beam, that's going to hold me to the dock. So I think I'm going to have to kind of come off of this little pontoon and try to push the bow out, and then hopefully be able to take off. I might need another bumper back here. Okay, we're just about to round North Rock on the north side of Bimini. Once we pass it in about half a mile, we're going to put up the mainsail. And we are sailing. Doing 5/8, 10 knots of true. We're going to be heading down there in a little bit. We should pick up a little more speed, be more on the reach. Alright, it's 2:30, and depending on the wind, shifts around a little bit, and we're going up and down in speed a little bit. We're about 10 to 11 hours from Bullocks Bay off of Great Harbour Cay, and you gotta turn north a little bit. The wind is shifting more from the northeast to the northwest now. It's varying quite a bit, so it's hard to maintain speed. And but we're going to be kind of pointing up a little more, and that should help give us a little more speed, I think. And what else? It's a whole lot of nothing out here in the Great Bahama Bank. We did have a boat that we were kind of following. We were about 5 miles away, and it looks like it's heading off towards Nassau through the Northwest Passage. And other than that, it's a beautiful day. Alright, it looks like we got a little bit of rain and potentially some squall activity up there. Those cloud tops are pretty high. Still learning, but I've been told that high cloud tops are not good. I think it's only developed in the last couple of hours. We finally got serious weather radar working, and it doesn't show anything a couple of hours ago. So obviously something that could develop into something more, I think. And I think it's 25 miles away. It doesn't look like a huge kind of storm or anything. But there could be some winds associated with it, so we got to be careful, especially with our janitor out. But it's still a beautiful day of sun. What do you think, Dr. Weather?
I don't think it's anything to worry about right now.
It's pretty far away, right? Can you tell which direction it's moving?
No, it looks like it just popped out somewhere.
Yeah, that's what I figured. It looked like it just popped up in the last hour or so. Alright, it looks like it's moving away from us and to starboard, but I turned up a few degrees to see if we can skirt around it to the north. It is definitely changing. We're kind of headed right for the rain right now. You can kind of see where it's kind of dark. But we're about 15 miles away, so we're 3 hours, and it's not heading toward us. So we are anchored in Great Harbor. It is Thursday, December 7th, and we had some wind come through last night. It wasn't so bad. They were expecting 28 knot gusts, but it was kind of a non-event. And so we're sitting here discussing when we are going to leave, because there's some more weather that's coming through again, and it's going to stir up the seas. And we have to be down at Nassau at Palm Key Marina by the 18th or 19th of the month so we can fly home. So we're thinking we might have to leave, well, not have to, but we think we're going to leave tomorrow and head on down to Chub Key for a couple, 3 days if they have room for us. If not, we're going to have to figure out what we want to do there. And then on Monday, it looks like the sea state's going to calm down again, and it could be a good brisk sail over to the west end of Nassau. And then we'll have about a week to kind of just hang out. And unfortunately, on the west end, there's really no place where you can go and get off the boat, at least from what we've found thus far. So anyway, that's the plan. And we're going to go into Great Harbour today and probably take a long walk and maybe, I don't know, maybe get some lunch or something at Hammerhead or something. Check out stores, see if they have any bananas or something. We're out of bananas and tomatoes. And yeah, that is it. A lazy day on the water. Say hi, Shereen.
Hi, Shireen.